So what's going on, YouTube? We're gonna try a little bit different video for today. It's been a while since I've done an update on this channel, and I know I said over Christmas break I was gonna do a lot of videos because I had 2 weeks off. Well, life happened and I got sick the day after Christmas, and I was sick as a dog for like 2 weeks there. Which on the good side, I was off for 2 weeks, but I didn't get anything. I got some things done around the house when I was feeling kind of okay, and I just haven't been able to get out to the shop since. I'm a person, when I get a cough, that cough lasts for like a month, and I just gotta take it easy, and that's the way I've always kind of been. And this is week 3 now of the cold, and if you can tell, my voice is still pretty raspy from it. It's finally starting to go away. I might get into a coughing fit here and there, but probably another week it should be gone for good. But now that we're into January, I'm in southeastern Wisconsin here, and this is our cold weather time of year, and it's just right now it's the time of year where it doesn't pay to go out in the shop and try to do anything, because I just spend too much on trying to heat that shop to do anything with. And right now, I got those 2 projects that I wanted to get sprayed and finish. On the one hand, neither one of those projects are mission critical right now. One's for my parents, and I'm waiting for them to get ready to even have those cabinets. And then that other cabinet was a cabinet that I was making for a furniture place here in town, and that place went out of business anyway, so I was kind of stuck with that. And I just want to get it done to get it out of the shop. So neither one of those 2 projects are mission critical, but both of those projects have been in the shop for like 2 years now, and I'm sick of looking at them. I just want them out of there because I need the space. So with having this cold and whatnot, and it being cold out there, I just haven't been motivated to get out there and do anything yet, because I just haven't. As simple as that. But I did want to kind of do a video here, and in 2019 here, I do want to kind of be more proactive of doing videos. I kind of want to get back to the glory days of when I was actually making a couple bucks on YouTube. It was kind of nice every couple months getting that passive money from the couple of videos on my old channel that were making money. And that was kind of like the whole point of this channel when I made it. I was the content that was actually making money on my old channel, I was going to do the same content here, thinking this channel would kind of go off and just kind of make me some passive money on my side business here to kind of help with things. Because as things go on, this was like my best year so far with my side business, and I kind of want to keep that momentum going here, and I kind of want to get into other ways of making money here to keep the progression going. Because at some point, I'm either going to get to a point where that shop is already almost too small for me for doing cabinets. I can only build so much in that little 20 by 30 spot. And at some point, if I'm going to make that a serious business where it's going to be a full-time job for me, I'm going to need either a bigger space, either build another pole barn out back where I can actually do that, and then that pole barn now will be like a hobby place for me. I can put my tractor in there, I can put my 42 pickup that I should be working on, which I never seem to have time for that either. Or I'm going to have to go out and either rent a place or buy some industrial space to expand into, if that's the direction I want to go. Another direction I am kind of seriously thinking is I want to kind of get into buying properties and either flipping them or renting them out. That's kind of another direction I would like to take this business. When I moved into this house, I really wanted to keep my old house to rent out, because I owned that place quite a lot of years, and I had what I paid on that was next to nothing. I would have made a killing on that if I could rent it out, but trying to deal with these banks these days, they weren't going to go for it. You know, you have to rent it out and actually be making money on a year for it before they even consider anything like that when you're buying a new house. And I couldn't make that work for me. So I ended up selling that house to buy this place. But it is definitely something I do want to get into, buying some rental property or places to even buy and flip. It's kind of a direction I do want to kind of take this business. And, you know, that takes money, and I need to ramp up what I'm doing here with the woodworking stuff and the cabinetry, and even the handyman shit I've been doing lately. So to kind of build myself towards that goal of to be able to do that. So that's where we sit right now. Right now I'm just kind of sitting in my basement. I was doing some organizing, and I was looking at, as you know, if you've seen like one of my last couple of videos I did, I purchased a new set of drills, which I'm sitting here. I bought the Makita brushless system here. Now I kind of bought this system for a couple different reasons. One is my old system that I have still sitting here. I haven't had a chance to get this stuff about Craigslist yet. Is one of the batteries for the DeWalt here were starting to die, and one of the batteries for the Makita here were dying. They just don't last as long as they used to. And all these drills are about 5 years old. Originally, when I purchased these, this came as a set. And I really didn't know much about these impact drivers when I bought them. And I thought this was a great set. I could get two drills, because I always like to have a drill set up with like a screw bit, and a drill set up with like a drill bit or something. Or, it depends on what I'm doing, like a countersink or a pilot bit, or, any kind of combination like that, I thought, wow, this would be great. This is such a great deal when you buy these together. Well, after I bought them for like most of the woodworking and cabinetry I do, I figured out that drill was no good. I don't find it very useful. It's almost too powerful in some cases for that kind of work. Now, where it does shine is if you're doing like cabinet installs, because you're usually driving maybe about a 3-inch screw into 2x4s or whatnot. This drill shines at. If you want to drive something like that into a 2x4, these drills are awesome for that. But as far as building cabinets and putting hardware in, I'm not a fan, to tell you the truth. So that led me, well, back in the day when Makita was selling this, they also sold a green version that was a little bit bigger. And of course, back in those days, the battery systems for the two drills they looked exactly the same, but they were not compatible with each other. Well, back in those days, I was just working out of my garage, and I didn't really go too many places with my drills, and I wasn't thinking about carrying them and other tool options I would want at the time, because back when I bought these, I think these light-ons were a fairly new thing that came out for both these brands. So what I did is, so I wouldn't confuse the batteries, I went and bought a DeWalt, even though, I've always said when it comes to drills, I'm more of a Makita fanboy. I'm not a fan of the DeWalts at all. And when I say that I'm not a fan of DeWalt, I do have plenty of other tools that do have the DeWalt name on them. It's just when it comes to the drills, I think Makita makes a far superior product. So the most comparable DeWalt drill I could find at the time was this. So that's what I used for many, many years. I think I've had these for about 5 years, so many years, but not too many years, you know. But now that I'm doing the handyman stuff, I'm getting to the point where some of my other tools, like my Ryobi sawzall, is getting pretty old. And Ryobi is a good consumer tool, but when you get into using it like every day, it just doesn't have the guts to stand up to doing real work. I guess that's the way I want to put it. But so that's kind of getting to the point where that tool needs to be replaced. So I'm thinking when I replace that, I'm going to switch that over to a battery powered thing, and there was other tools I wanted. What the hell is that thing called? A multi-tool. This is another tool I purchased now that I have getting all my stuff in the same battery platform. And I'm even kind of thinking about, I have I have the dual track saw, which is nice for sheet goods. I also have a Makita circular saw that's corded, which is nice, but I don't do a whole lot of circular saw work on jobs. But when I do them, I guess it would be kind of nice to have a battery powered one. So that kind of led me to the decision that I was going to upgrade my tools. Because to go buy a new pack of batteries for each one of those probably came to about what I paid for this set right here anyways. And then, of course, my opinion of these was kind of shitty. I bought this set because this set came with a deal where I could get that multi-tool for free. So what I did then is I bought this drill to supplement the fact that I'm not a big fan of those impact drivers. Now, something funny is they've made improvements to these impact drivers since this one. This one here is a far superior impact driver to this. You have much better trigger control with this than you do with this. So I don't know if maybe this is just a lame duck to begin with, which I don't think so, because it's never really faltered or failed me in any way. I feel it's just too powerful for a lot of what I do. But with this, it's like the trigger control or the electronics that control the motor are just far superior, that you can control doing lighter work a little bit easier. But with that said, though, I still prefer a regular drill versus an impact driver. But I just want to throw that in there that I don't. Maybe it's the brushless system versus non-brushless that makes it better. I have no idea. I do know overall this thing I think has about 100 more foot-pounds than this, if I'm remembering correctly, or maybe not that much, but it's pretty close. Overall, all these tools are way more powerful than all these were. And then overall, they're all slightly smaller, which is great when you're carrying them around to jobs and you're trying to shove everything into the same bag or box or whatever. Even with the bigger size batteries that this offers, it's compact enough. It's easy to get into places. And something I always found interesting is that they call this line the LXT series. And I always believed this to be an LXT series too, because if you look at this drill, it says LXT right on there. So as I was cleaning up today, I just happened to be curious. Let me pull this off here. And I got comparing these two, so if these are both LXT series, I wonder if I could swap the batteries back and forth. So I put the old battery or the old drill on the new battery, and it works. But watch what happens when you put the new drill on the old battery. It does not go on. And it took me quite a while to figure out what the heck is going on here. And I have no reasonable explanation why this is even like this. If you look on the bottom side, there's an extra little tab up in there that is not up in here. And where that tab goes is right into here. It slides right up this channel. If you look at the old battery, there is not the notch down for that tab to slip into. Now why that is like that, I have no clue. It doesn't want to have the lower powered batteries put into the brushless style drill. But I don't even think the brushless system has anything to do with it, because if we take apart this impact over here, you can see that there's no tab here either. So this impact does work on the older style battery. Now figure that out. Why is that even like that? I have no idea. Then this drill is basically the same as this. It's got that little tab under there. But that's, I don't know, I just found that interesting because when I got examining these closer and I realized that this was LXT, that was LXT, why wouldn't I be able to swap the batteries between them? Because then I could double my battery. Then I would probably just keep this drill system and have an extra set of batteries floating around until whichever one of these is the bad one that finally dies on me. And I'm sure the other one probably wouldn't be far away anyways. But kind of another thing that helped me make my mind up that I was going to get, well, two things actually kind of really drove this, other than the fact that I wanted to be able to get all my stuff on the same battery platform, to buy other tools that use the same battery. But one of the things being that you know, I did have a very good year on my side business here. I made some money, let's just put it that way, and I needed to burn some of that money before Christmas here, before the end of the year came, to kind of help me out with taxes here. And you know, buying new tools is kind of a way of doing it. And plus, you know, I always kind of like to trade out, especially tools like this. Tools like this are never going to last forever. At some point, either the batteries are going to die or the electronics are going to die. So I kind of like to swap them out every so many years anyways, just to kind of make a couple bucks back off of them. I don't know. This is just the way I kind of am, because I'm always have a hustle or something going on, you know. Yeah, so I just kind of want to share those things with you, tell you where I was at, and as soon as it starts getting warm here, we'll be making some videos for sure out there. I am gonna probably change around the shop a little bit, and actually I've already started. You know what? Let me go get my winter jacket. We'll wander out into the shop. I mean, this video is already 20 some minutes long. Anyhow, we can make it 30. We'll be right back.